All right, guys, what's going on with y'all, bro? This is Brian's Fragrances coming back with another video. Okay, so look, today we is going to be discussing the new fragrance 2025 fragrance releases. Now, y'all probably came to this video probably thinking that we about to be trying them out. I have never smelled any of these new 2025 fragrance releases. So if you came to that video for that, my boy, I don't know what to tell you, because ain't no way I can get my hand on that right now. Well, I actually can. I actually do got a connection with my boy D Buggy, and then he said he was going to actually link me to this dude who had samples of explicit vanilla. And I still got to get on that, you know what I mean? And I think that he got the intense instant crush also though. But today we gonna be discussing the 3 new fragrances. So if y'all don't know what those is, that is the Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal Pour Homme Intense, the Mansur Intense Instant Crush, and the Mansur Explicit Vanilla. So guys, let me just explain something to you, bro. I'm hyped to smell and explicit vanilla. I'm also hyped to smell intense instant crush. Cause I thought instant crush was a good fragrance. I just thought that it was missing something. I always thought that, you know, instant crush was missing something. So I feel like that it's a good thing that they redoing that fragrance. You know what I mean, bro? So yeah. So let's get into the intense instant crush first. So the top notes, we is gonna be looking at black leather, Indian saffron, Cilician mandarin, bergamot. Middle notes, we looking at salted caramel, amberwood, patchouli, and Moroccan rose. Base notes, Mysore sandalwood, Madagascar vanilla, white musk, and oak moss. So this fragrance is looking pretty good. You know what I mean? I feel like that black leather is gonna go well with that caramel, you know, and with the saffron, you might get a decent amount of that in the opening, because every time saffron is in the top notes, that's mainly what you gonna be smelling for real. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a nice fragrance. Now it is kind of looking like that it's relating to the OG instant crush with that rose. Yeah, I see that rose up in there. I see the saffron up in there. So it is kind of like, and I see that bergamot up in there, but this is missing the ginger. This is missing the ginger, which gave instant crush like its ginger snap profile for real. So I don't know why they left the ginger out of the intense. Like, that don't really make any sense. I don't know why they left that up out the intense. So what's my take on this fragrance, how I think it's gonna be? I think it's probably a be decent. I don't think it's gonna be nothing you should run to go get. It's looking like, I don't know, but I gotta try it out first, because that ginger, I feel like that taking that ginger out was probably a big mistake, you know. So they should have kept the ginger up in there. But who knows? This will probably end up being a nice fragrance. Probably. I do not know. This probably will end up being a pretty nice fragrance, bro. Who knows? So yeah, they shouldn't have left the ginger up out of that, because I believe ginger is what kind of made instant crush, you know. And instant crush heavily get compared to BR 540, which I don't see why. Yeah, with this one, bro, I don't know about this. I'm gonna definitely get a little sample of it though, or like a little, you know, 10 ml of it, but I don't know how it's gonna look. You know, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna smell for real. But let's just see about that one. So the next one that we're gonna be going to is actually my favorite. That's, you know, looking like my favorite release out of 2025 so far. This is explicit vanilla by the house of Mansur, bro. So look, main accords: vanilla, amber, woody, sweet, warm, spicy, chocolate, powdery, animalic, and balsamic. Top notes: Mexican vanilla, dark chocolate. Middle notes: brown sugar, Cambodian oud. I love oud, bro. Australian sandalwood and cedarwood. Base notes: tonka bean, amber, and benzoin. So if y'all do not know, this is kind of like looking like a Mori Cafe a little bit. It's kind of looking like a Mori Cafe without the coffee and without the ice cream. That's kind of like what it's looking like. It's kind of like looking like a Mori Cafe with some chocolate basically, and, you know, without the coffee. So I feel like putting vanilla in the top, that's definitely going to be interesting. Putting chocolate in the top, that's not that interesting, but the vanilla in the top is kind of interesting, because you see a lot of fragrances with chocolate in the top notes, but vanilla, that could be a decent little opening, you know. Middle notes: brown sugar and oud. Australian sandalwood, and cedarwood. So this is pretty much looking good. I'm trying to see if this is going to be better than Amore Cafe. So this fragrance is mixing dark chocolate with brown sugar, oud, and vanilla, sandalwood, cedarwood. That might be a good combination. I feel like that I'ma like this. Do I think it's going to outdo Amore Cafe? I don't know about that, bro. I don't know if this is going to be a straight chocolate fragrance or what. Because when I see chocolate up in fragrances, I automatically think about Montauk Chocolate Greedy. Like, is the chocolate going to be overpowering the other notes? Because, chocolate is an easy note to overpower. So I just feel like, who knows, bro? This fragrance might be a chocolate bomb or just a chocolate overdose. Who knows? Because when you see chocolate in fragrances, you can't really just go off of, just the other notes also. Because, chocolate could be the most prominent note. So let's see about this. Because I do like chocolate. So I feel like that I'm going to really, really enjoy this. And I like brown sugar and I like vanilla a lot. I like oud a lot. I like sandalwood. I don't care too much about cedarwood. I like tonka bean. Don't care too much about amber. Don't care too much about benzoin. So they got a decent amount of notes in here that I'm digging. So yeah, I feel like I will get the full bottle of this, and just without even smelling it for real. So going on to the last fragrance, right? This is Scandal Pour Homme Intense. So out of the Scandal line, I only smelled one fragrance, and that was the Scandal Absolute, which was the gold bottle. And I actually bought it, right? And I actually took it back to the mall and got my refund back because the fragrance wasn't really too crazy. But I feel like I just prefer Le Male Elixir over Scandal Absolute. That's kind of like what I feel. But I kind of like regret that because I did like the fragrance, but I just feel like I had Le Male Elixir and that's a little bit better than this. But these got some pretty basic notes. Top notes, sage. Middle notes, vetiver. Base notes, leather. It ain't really too much to it. I don't think I'm going to be looking into this one. I'll probably pick up a sample, but it ain't nothing. It ain't no big sample. It's going to be a 2 ml sample because this fragrance right here just look like a disappointment. You know what I mean, bro? Just look like a straight disappointment. It don't really look like nothing else. It don't look crazy. It don't look like none of that, bro. It just look like some simple shit. Clary sage, vetiver, leather. Like, come on, bro. But I don't know how this is going to be. I'm going to just smell it anyway just to get my opinion on it and, see what I think about it. But it don't look like that this fragrance is going to be too crazy. It don't really look like that this joint really talk about nothing for real. It took 3 perfumers to make this, and it's only got 3 damn notes. So each perfumer probably just made a damn note. They just probably did sage, vetiver, leather. That, that's it. But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm going to be too crazy about this, but who knows? I might like it. I just might. But this was Brian's Fragrances, bro, coming back with another video. Y'all talk about again for the next one.